meeting month and hopefully more in the future. So we've all Twitter spaces that Amy and I have been, and a weekly community called Discord too that anyone can come participate and record. So uh, pretty active, but in case anybody doesn't know me on Pirate Discord for quite a while, I'm a deckhand on the team. So we'll be hosting the meetings for a while here. But anyways, we got people here that are gonna give us an update on what's going on in Pirate Chain. Before we get into that, there's a couple things to go over. The first one is we have pirates down representing us in Acapulco, Mexico. It's an event that always supported us, and they have lots of down that area that love us. So Voluntary and Heiko and Anarchy and quite a few other people are down there representing. So big appreciation to them, and I'm sure there's going to be videos and stuff after future that will show kind of things around there. So it's good to support them. Also, some other major announcements. Sorry, let me get to my notes real fast. Sorry, guys. Give me one moment. Okay, and oh yeah, we got a new website. We announced this at early, I believe, but we do have a new website. It's called pirate.com. We have the real domain now. We did a whole new redesign. Another member of the pirate team, job designing the website, made it look very professional. He's has a history and career in marketing and that type of stuff, and has done a really good job. Conventional new website, it's piratechain.com. Website pirate.black will redirect, but for all of our marketing purposes, flyers or social media or anything like that, we'd like people to be using piratechain.com domain. A lot of people may have noticed got a new listing on an exchange. We're MEXC, which is, I believe, the 20 in volume, and with privacy coins being delisted everywhere else is being Monero on Binance, it's really crucial that there are some out there that still aren't afraid to, coin traded on their platform. So big appreciation. We don't endorse any pirate chain, and we don't encourage people to leave funds there all the way out after you buy them. They're not safe on any device exchange. We do appreciate them listing us, and it's a great benefit for Pirate because there's a lot of feedbacks of it that did not before. We also are revamping efforts this year, and we're calling out to all the Pirate social media accounts, or you could tell about, to really come get involved in our weekly community meetings on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe that's 8 UTC. Get active, give us some ideas, and help us really spread the word about Pirate as we're going into what appears to be a bull run. There's attention in the crypto space, and we want to take advantage. So anybody who has marketing, has friends out there, come join us in the calls about some of the efforts we're doing, and let's participate. We're going in a whole new direction, new colors and a new theme, and amplify the message of privacy and really distinguish ours from the rest of the crypto space. What we don't believe the same thing we're doing. We feel like we're doing something different over here at Pirate, and we are looking to differentiate ourselves from the rest of the. So, having problems hearing me? It's breaking up.
You're fine.
Okay, I thought I was breaking up.
A little
I
bit.
can turn off. I'll turn off my VPN just in case. Slows me quite a bit. See if that gets in. So, I'm going to forge on to talk about some things he's been doing on Treasure Chest. He has been really over the past 6-8 months. Spam attack, really optimizing Treasure Chest and all the problems we had before. And from my understanding, the attack vector, which the spam using before, is never possible. But Forge might have to get out of here a little early and have him come on and update us on what he's been doing first.
Yep.
What's going on,
So,
Forge?
all right, thanks. I am in the final testing phases of version 5.8. Since the spam attack last July, I've been looking at all of the attack vectors that were used against us and have been designing ways to mitigate those attack vectors so that hopefully they can't be used against us again. One of the ways we were attacked was by being able to reuse proofs on multiple nodes within a single transaction and even across transactions. This allowed the user to use a single laptop to create transactions that had 101 outputs with very little CPU power. So I've added a validity check into the node that will require we'll check the proof against all other proofs that existed on the chain before it. So anybody that is creating transactions will not be able to reuse proofs. Now, when we go live, in order for this to work, it will require a reindex of the full nodes. Now, at the moment, it will only be enforced at the mempool level. And it will not be a consensus level check. So technically, the attack vector is still open if somebody runs their own pool, uses their hash to create blocks and adds blocks to the change in that manner. However, I suspect that that's going to be significantly more costly and is going to deter anybody from wanting to spam that. And if they do, it's going to cost them a lot of money to do it for any length of time. And if we decide we want to put this at the consensus level at a later date, it's a pretty easy, I think, 2 lines to add to the consensus level to enforce it at that point. I don't want to do it now because it would be a hard fork away from Komodo if we did that. And I don't want to cause a chain split. So we're just going to wait off on doing a consensus level. So another vector that was attacked was the witnesses. So this happened to a few people. It happened to Cosius, where he was spam attacked, and it happened to KuCoin, and they were spam attacked. What happened was that the attacker sent hundreds of transactions with hundreds of outputs to various addresses until the wallet just couldn't keep up. So, and then he actually posted a spam address that he did it to himself, which I used as a means to fix the issue. So in that spam address, it had roughly 760,000 outputs, and the full node just wasn't able to increment the witnesses for that many unspent nodes in its current format. However, I implemented a new incremental witness structure to deal with that. So the new structure can handle upwards of, I haven't tested more than 760,000 because I don't have a wallet with more, but I have tested the 760,000 note spam address, and it was able to handle all of those addresses and not be slowed down hardly at all over an existing wallet that has just a couple of transactions. So that is the major improvement in 5.8. Most users who don't have a lot of transactions won't see an uptick in performance, but the enterprise users such as TradeOgre and any of our other exchanges uh, won't have that attack vector be able to be used against them anymore. So it won't be able to take down a KuCoin like it did, like our spammer did in July. Let's see what else is in there. There's a bunch of various other fixes and small tweaks and whatnot, but those are the 2 primary large fixes in 5.8. The incremental witness tree structure will be implemented in Skull Island and the Light Wallet, as well as both the iOS and Android SDKs. So those addresses will also get the protection, but that hasn't been implemented yet. I'll probably be working on that over the next, or another developer will be working on that over the next few months to get that implemented. And then after that, we'll be looking at primarily, I think we're going to be working on looking at Orchard and seeing how we can implement some of the Orchard functionality into Pirate. Recently, Zcash changed the licensing of Orchard to MIT, so it's free to use for anybody. So I'm going to take a look at that. We're going to implement it. I've already started working on updating our full node toolchain so that it can work with Orchard. I've updated all of this, not for 5.8, but probably 5.8.1. I've updated all of the code to use C++ version 17. It's going to have a minimum GCC requirement of 10. And to go with that, 5.8 will be the last version that we release that with Ubuntu 18.04. It will be the last version that we release for Mac High Sierra. And also work with Windows 10, but I wouldn't guarantee that it works with Windows 7 going forward. But I don't know anybody would be still on Windows 7. What else? I think that's it for the tech updates. Unless somebody has any questions, or John, do you think I missed anything? I don't think I missed anything.
No, it seems like you covered it pretty well. The Orchard stuff's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see how that goes. But yeah, Forge has been working his butt off, guys, and he is really a backbone to Pirate Chain. So we all really need to support and appreciate him. He's done incredible work fixing these problems and stuff like that. And I'm sure the Orchard is not going to be a small task either. So
Nope.
Forge really needs our support, guys. But does anybody, because Forge is on his lunch break right now, so I don't want to keep him around too long. Is there anybody that has any technical questions for him? We'll have more time for other questions, marketing, and other type of stuff at the end of the meeting. But if anybody has any wallet questions or technical questions for Forge, go ahead and raise your hand. I can't. All right, I'm not seeing anybody. Yeah, it seems like you did a good job explaining that, Forge. You're the man. Thanks so much for everything you're doing. I'm looking forward to 5.8 coming out. So, I'm doing great work, brother.
So, just so you guys know, Scott did some benchmarks on it, and the 5.8, I believe, synced in, I think, a day with the spam wallet, and 5.7.5 took 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, just so you gauge the performance improvement.
Oh yeah, and I've noticed it. It's incredible. You guys did a great job.
Oh,
so everybody, go ahead.
Anybody that has a hardware wallet, you may need to check with Mulroy once you update to 5.8, because there is some changes in the functionality that affected the hardware wallet performance, or the hardware wallet data transfers and signing of stuff.
Yeah, so if you need any help with that, just try one of our wallet support tabs here on Discord, and we'll try to ping Mulroy in there and see if we can get some help. So nobody has any questions for Forge right now? All right, awesome. Well, thanks for dropping in to help us out, Forge. I don't know if you're going to hang out for a while or if you got to get back to work, but we really appreciate you taking the time.
I don't need to be back to work for another 45 minutes. I'm good.
Awesome, man. Thanks for everything. All right, now we recently we have pirate chain support over on Varus, which I don't completely understand, but we got S. Hossein here to explain it to us. He's going to explain a wrapped version of R that's on Varus called VAR with a V. And from what I understand, it's similar to wrapped coin on other chains, but it has some significant differences that are pretty important. So, why don't you go ahead and come on and introduce yourself, S. Hossein? Most of you should know him. He's been around forever.
Thanks, DI, Jones. Hey, everyone. So it's well, VR is going to be a PBaaS chain. So it's a standalone chain in Varus PBaaS ecosystem, and it will have a liquidity pool. We are almost near to the launch. Things are still being tested. So if you guys already didn't know about it, so there will be total 10 million VR in circulation in supply. And these are all backed by 10 million private R. So the real R has been logged. And if you go to the announcement channel, scroll up a bit, you'll find a post where I posted the import, the view key. So if you import it with that block number that is in there for the rescan, you'll find the 10 million R is currently sitting in there, and as it moved, it will be a mineable, and you can stake as well. So 50-50 mining, proof of work is 50%, proof of stake is 50%, block reward is 0.08 VAR for about 2 years until 1.12 million blocks. Then the block reward will be reduced to 0.0032 VAR until block height of 3.12 million, and then followed by 0.16, and then till 7.37 billion block height, then it's 0. And well, we do that. This was calculated at 100,000 coins people can mine and stake over the period of 10 to 12 years, and 9.9 million VR will be like initial supply, from where there will be like some of them will be going into the liquidity pool or the liquidity basket, as Barros calls them. So that's a bridge.var. That's going to be the liquidity basket. That basket will contain VR definitely, then Varus coin itself, then the bridge.veth currency that Varus launched recently, and TBTC. So if you guys didn't know, TBTC is a decentralized, it's a wrapped Bitcoin in Ethereum network. It's a token by Threshold network, but you can send Bitcoin payments from Threshold network directly to Bitcoin network. The fee is slightly higher, but it works as expected, because so all of these like it bridge.veth contains Varus coin itself, DAI, which is a decentralized it's a stable coin, so like USDT, then Maker, and Ethereum itself. So Varus coded the decentralized bridge between Varus coin and Ethereum network. So any ERC2020 token can be mapped and used in Varus network. So we will be using the same bridge to going back and forth between Ethereum if we need to. So we'll have like liquidity pool that Varus already created, the bridge.veth. We can tap into that. Bridge.vr, which is the liquidity basket for VR on the chain, will have its own liquidity as well. And cross-chain transfers like import and export is pretty good. When you want to exit to Ethereum, definitely Ethereum has gas fee. That's why many people probably even don't use Ethereum as a daily basis, or they do when it's like value is high, because the Ethereum gas fee can be quite high at times. But and then so the design, what we are trying to do with VR is to have the staking. You can only use you can only stake if you hold the funds into an ID. So this is an use case for various IDs where you can lock your funds for a certain period of time so nobody can touch it. Even if your keys get hacked for that address, you have revocation and recovery authority set to a different ID. You can revoke, recover anytime. So you can lock the funds and keep staking without any issues. And the IDs has plenty other functionalities, as if you delve into Verus's Pivas chain or Ask Anybody, you will find, even on their online resources, you can find those information. So the tech-wise from Vera side is kind of ready. We are waiting for other parts to be ready as well, such as Electrum, which recently got the VR testnet Electrum to be working. So Atomic Dex, the Commodore wallet right now is called. You can atomic swap any coin with VR. So the idea is to have some liquidity provider nodes, MM2, providing liquidity one by one basis. So if you have a 1R, you can get 1 VR from there, because there is no other way right now we can do the swap or convert between R and VR. So Atomic Dex is the gateway. So if you have a 100R, you can convert to 100 VR, and then if you have 100 VR, you can convert to 100R via Atomic Dex Commodore wallet. So there'll be orders constantly on both sides whenever you use it. There are plenty of what Verus community and the Verus system they did is like there will be arbitrage opportunity. The lead developer of Verus, Mike, he's right now coding up arbitrage command line calls. So literally it's making easier for people who would like to arbitrage from one coin or one basket to another basket this way. So the details still not fully available. He's still coding it and making it, doing it fine tunes and everything. They do meetings in their Discord for twice a week. Talks about it. If you have any questions about how would the arbitrage work, I would suggest to ask over there. And what else? ID registration fee. So in order to stake on VR, you need to have an ID. ID to register an ID, it costs 100 VR. Well, ID would have 3 referral levels. So, for example, if you use a referral one ID, you get 20 VR discount, and you pay only 80 VR to register an ID. 20 VR goes to the referral ID that goes. So once we set up the chain, launch the chain is ready live after the pre-convert period of 1 week. We can have a private Teams ID which you can use to initially register your ID, and the team can get the referral fees, stuff like that. So that will be announced on time. So once we launch the chain, there will be, as I said, 7 days of pre-convert. That could be 10 days. So pre-convert time, you can use 3 different currencies in order to get the bridge.vr currency, like how to put it in there. When it's launching, so you put in either Verus coin or bridge.veth and TBTC. You can participate with any of the 3 currencies. So there will be 25% allocated for each of the currencies that is in there to get you bridge.veth. Once the chain is launched on block 1, you'll get that. And the price of bridge.veth will move up and down depending on how the bridge is performing and what people are putting in. Like some people will be buying, some people will be selling, depending on what they're doing. The price will go up and down. People will also take the opportunity to arbitrage that or do what they do when they're trader. If you get my drift.
Yeah. So you
So
so you keep mentioning the chain. So so VR on Varus will have its own chain.
yes,
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that before. That's very interesting. And
it's not a token. It's not a token. It will be a coin itself. Yes, and it's mineable and staking, proof of
so
work, proof of stake, both.
okay, so it'll be 50% proof of work, 50% proof of stake. So half the rewards will go out to the people staking their VR.
Yep, they will get VR. So if you have, like, for example, you got some VR, like, for example, it's like 5,000 or 10,000 or 10,000 to 5,000 nodes. You kept them in an I address, or even the primary address of that ID could be our address. So you could kept them there, and you start staking, and you will be keep getting block rewards. Block rewards 0.08 until 1.125 million blocks. So proportionate to the network hash rate and how much coin are being staked, you'll get your portion of the blocks, like the way staking works.
Okay, and those mining rewards are coming out of that initial 10 million R that's been
No,
locked up?
no. Those are our collateral. So
Okay,
those are like fully logged on the art pirate chain, on pirate network.
okay.
So those are the are logged in there. So these are the backing sites.
Okay.
So we removed 10 million R from by locking it, because we don't want to burn it, because in the future, if when Forge does this orchard update and other wallet functionality, all the updates he has done, and he has time to code up a decentralized bridge between Pirate and Varus, like the Ethereum bridge, or some other developer wants to do it, then once we have it, we can have direct bridge without using even atomic DEX in there. That bridge
Okay,
does
great.
not exist right now because nobody coded it yet. So if we have it, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask where the mining and staking rewards come from. They're
That
paid
is
out in
from
VR?
yeah, because VR is the chain, and since we logged up 10 million R, we will have 10 million VR, but out of that 10 million VR, we are only issuing 9.9 million. And the 100,000 coins that will be coming, remaining balance, that is the mining reward that we calculated over 10 to 12 years. At least 12 years is going to take for that
Okay.
100,000 mining rewards to be accumulated to 100,000. It's going to take 10 years. So we already calculated how much mining and staking rewards will be in total. So that is
Okay, great.
100,000, and 9.9 million plus 100,000 is 10 million. So we will issue 9.9 million. 100,000 will be left out for the mining. So that is something is coming from the community. And another thing, if you are staking, even right now on Verus Coin and either mining or staking, you will see that block rewards are right now 6 Verus Coin, but it always comes up more than 6, like 6.1, 6.2, sometimes 7, sometimes 10, sometimes 6.001. All those extra coins that's coming from the fee pool. Verus is a fee pool system, so anybody doing cross-chain work, import, export, or conversion between different currencies, they're paying some fee. So a percentage of that fee goes to the mempool for miners and stakers to take. Sorry.
Okay, great. So and so the Varus IDs, you can now purchase those with VR?
Yes, you will be able to purchase once you have VR.
Okay, great. Because that's Varus's centralized, or not centralized, central theme, right? Is decentralized digital IDs.
Yes, Verus IDs are very robust. You can do a lot of different things. So they're like root IDs, like a domain name. So if you have a, I'm sorry, let me drink some water.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, the Verus IDs are very interesting, guys. You should look more into it. It's a way to have digital IDs online, uh, but they do it in a way that's more private, as opposed to other people who are trying to do the same thing. So definitely look into the Verus IDs.
Yeah, these are decentralized, probable, and you can even run your own social media or social media profile with your Verus ID with VDXIF. Monkins was here; he could probably explain much better, but I guess he had to go off on some work. Verus IDs are like domain names. You can launch a token, you can launch a Pivas currency, you can launch a Pivas chain, all sorts of stuff. Even you can launch NFT. You can map any of the Verus ID to any of the like this NFT. You can export it to Ethereum network or any tokens, ERC20 token or ERC71. Those NFT you can literally map to any ID. I mean, it's huge possibility that you can do. And ultimately, I must say, if you want the privacy, the Z transaction anonymity and everything, you have to come back to R. VR is not going to provide you with 100% anonymous transaction or private transactions. So that is not the case here. That is not the focus for VR. VR is being created like we had WR wrapped on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. So it's similar type of thing to tapping into the liquidity pool and get more users. But if you want the ultimate private transactions, you have to convert back to R and on the private network and use that. So
Awesome.
if you, I mean, you can't have the same level of privacy in VR, Verus Network, or any other places. It's only available on Pirate.
Awesome.
The real R.
So with VR, you will have the possibility to stake it or mine it, but is there also like liquidity pools and AM like an automated market maker, a DEX or something like that? When you're referring to liquidity pools, is that what
The liquidity pool, let me post a link. Let me find it first and then post a link so you will see what I'm talking about. Just a second.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Meetings chat. On the meetings chat channel, I have posted a link. It's verus.io/ethbridge. So if you look into that page right now, you will see the liquidity pool contains bridge.veth. So there's the bridge currency for Ethereum that they launched. Supply is 1.2 million right now. Price of that bridge is 9.367 in DAI. So DAI is being the stable coin, is $9.3. Verus coin, so how much Verus coin it has in its reserves, the price in DAI, so Verus coin in reserve is 2.4 million. So DAI.veth, which is the DAI itself on that liquidity pool, has 2.8 million. Maker, it has 1,377, and the price in DAI, like they didn't use the USD, so it's the valuing in DAI, the stable coin, like 2047 right now. And VETH is the Ethereum itself, so 1,095 Ethereum in that reserve. The total value of the liquidity is $11 million, 11.27. So VR will have similar type. I'm not saying VR will have 11 million in dollar liquidity pool. Maybe it can. If somebody put more coins in there, that will increase the price of VR. But price is not in my scope to see. That market will decide what's the price, and however traders see fit to take profit or do whatever they want in there. So this is, I just gave you this link as an example of the liquidity pool, how it will be.
Yeah, I've got it up now. 11 million is a pretty good number, man. That's a lot of value locked.
Yep, it is. So VR, we will have similar type of stats website by Monkins. He already coded up things. He has joined in the meeting. Shall I invite him to the stage if you'd like to talk about the stats or any other things?
Yeah, that'd be great. I think
All
he
right.
can just raise his hand.
Chris, you are up. Oh, okay. He said he's going to take 5 minutes. So if you have any question in between, so this is the liquidity pool. Not sure about AMM because, to be honest, I never even personally used Ethereum like Uniswap or other stuff. I am more into this UTX or coins and stuff, and I've always been inside the ecosystem rather than being outside. I never explored much of it, but recently I had to do a few testing on Ethereum testnet and use a bit of Ethereum network for these testings. But apart from that, I am Ethereum novice.
That was one of my questions I had for you, Hossein, was what if this was going to be staked, if VAR was going to be staked or pegged, sorry, to the price of R, but it sounds like it's not. And then also, is there an emission schedule?
Sorry, can you please repeat it? I did not understand you fully.
Yeah, no problem. No, I was just curious. Originally, when you first started speaking about VAR, if it was going to be pegged to R, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be. And then, is there an emission schedule?
It will be pegged to R via Atomic Dex Komodo wallet. So there will be one by one order. So there will be orders. You have 100 R, you can buy, there will be orders. One for one VR equals 1 R. Vice versa, on both way, there will be orders in Komodo wallet. So you can either buy or sell R or VR at the same price. So the price will stay the same. But if somebody would like to, since Atomic Dex is a decentralized platform, so if anybody would like to sell below market price or above market price, it is up to them. So generally speaking, people generally wouldn't want to sell at a loss. They will always want to sell in a profit. And there will be fat finger orders sometimes. That's not out of the equation. But in general, when you see that you can buy something at $1, would you buy it for 1.1 or $1.5?
Right.
So these are the pegged orders and always available in Atomic Dex. And the emission schedule for R, let me send you the link again in the meetings chat from my announcement post. If you go to that announcement post, you will see that on the VR specification, the emission schedule is the third bold things, the block reward section.
All right. So, do you think, or let me run a scenario by you real quick, and I
Yeah,
posted
sure.
this as a question. So, say I wanted to take an arbitrary number, 1,000 R, 100 R, whatever, and I wanted to convert that over to VAR, and then I wanted to stake that so that I could gain block rewards from staking that correctly. Am I following you correctly so far?
Yes.
Okay. So by doing that, so now we are artificially increasing sell pressure on R, are we not?
What do you mean?
Well, because
Sorry, you
now
need
you have
to.
say I moved over a large amount of R and I staked it in on VAR. So now I'm gaining rewards. And so if we have 100 or 1,000, whatever amount of people that are doing this, and they're gaining rewards for their staking, and then maybe they all want to sell those rewards. And if it's pegged 1-to-1, now you have all these people that are going to basically to be selling, right? They're going to be selling that, and since it's pegged, you have all this extra sell pressure on the price of R.
In a way, no, because these 100,000 coins that will be mined over 12 years. So it will take 12 years to mine these 100,000 coins. Let me run some numbers right now. So 1440 blocks approximately per day with 0.08 VR creates only 115.2 VR a day. So
Okay.
it will be
So
increasing. And
okay, so that's good. But then the other side of that coin is with the rewards being so low, what is going to attract people to want to use it and to do that service?
which one? You mean R?
By staking their VAR, correct? What would incentivize me as an R holder to want to use VAR and to stake it if the rewards are so small and that maybe they're not worth my time, or because you have to go in there with how much ever R you have. So what's the benefit of doing it?
Okay, staking would give you that amount, but 0.08 is the base amount. And if people are using the pool, like the liquidity pool, then there will be fees for that. So you get portion of the fees coming into your block, which you stake. And using VR, you can go and back forth. You can tap into the liquidity, like the pool, the link that I showed you. I mean, I posted on the other channel. So, for example, with VAR, you want to convert it to Varus coin, or even you want to get Ethereum and send it to Ethereum network. You are able to do so, and you can bring back Ethereum or any other supported coin by the via Varus's Ethereum bridge. You can bring in, and
Gotcha.
there will be arbitrage opportunity. As I say, the bridges, like for example, if you look at the price right now in the liquidity pool for Varus is 1.17, so $1.17. If you go to CoinGecko for Varus coin, it's $1.14. So there is 2 cents for arbitrage kind of opportunity. Sometimes this value is lower. So this morning, I literally saw $1.08 for Varus coin, while the bridge is giving you $1.16. So you can do arbitrage between these things. So market price will not always reflect the liquidity pool's price. So there are people who would like to take the opportunity to gain some extra profit, either VR or any other coin, and
Gotcha.
you can do that.
No, yeah, that's great. No, I get it, and I understand the whole providing liquidity part of it and all of that. My question was just basically kind of what I had already covered there. Just as far as the staking, what would really kind of drive the benefit, having the bridge there and having those on and off ramps into other chains and other ecosystems is fantastic. That the whole utility part of that is wonderful. That kind of speaks for itself. I'm just mostly curious about the staking part of VAR, and and that not creating too much sell pressure and kind of keeping things stable.
It shouldn't create a. I'm not an economist, so I wouldn't be able to give you an exact answer. But for mining and stuff, since this is what Varus is offering is merge mining. So all the PBAS chains you can merge mine using the same hash power as you're mining Varus or something. So this will be using same hash power but mining multiple chains at the same time. And
Nice.
the mining reward is not too high, so that is like very inflationary. So as I said, like 115.2 VR as a base block reward will be coming each day. That will be taken care of in a way like on the atomic deck side. So when there will be initial orders put on for var to R, I believe there will be some orders for some funds will be put on the R side as well, without even being any of them being swapped. So that will tackle the whole thing. So there is I mean, if you want guarantee, or if you ever think like this is not possible, you want to do something, so there is 10 million logged pirate already in an address, and that is the collateral that guarantees that your VR is pegged to R one by one.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But this is not the most trustless way, the atomic DEX going back and forth. So this trustless thing can be trustless by creating a decentralized bridge by coding it. So as I said, when Forge was here, like, so either Forge or some other devs, when they get the time and code something up, we can have vPirate. And right now, whatever technology we have from everywhere, including from Pirate's side, from Verus's side, from Commodo's side, we are integrating or involving all these techs in order to get this done. But if we had the way of doing it 100% trustless, of course we would have gone for it. But right now there is no other way.
Well, atomic DEX seems, pretty close, but I guess if there's where you're saying it's not trustless because there's an entity that's like providing the liquidity between VR and R on atomic DEX? Is that why it's okay? That makes sense.
Because we need to trust on these liquidity provider nodes that they are doing it. And from what I know, the people who has been helping or backing this project, they have been in the community, for a very long time, and trusted people. So this is the trusted part. We have been trusting those entities for a very long time to help us on different things. Those entities has been helping us in all these ecosystems. So they will be taking care of it.
Oh, sorry about that. Couldn't get my mic off mute for a second. But yeah, that's some exciting stuff, man. I'm gonna have to. It's still in testnet, but I'm gonna have to look into this. And yeah, if you have some R in savings, and you want to earn a little bit of a yield on it, this seems like a good opportunity. People are always asking about that, but we're a proof of work chain, so we don't have any staking mechanisms or anything like that.
Yeah, so this also gives anybody who wants to use VR to have the ability to stake, so they can increase their R holding in a way. And when they go back to R, they can have more R after like staking whatever they staked or whatever they have swapped or did cross-chain transfer or arbitrage from the pool. And the liquidity is not going to be, so whatever is Verus's liquidity of that $11 million worth of liquidity, we are using that liquidity basket inside VR's basket reserve. So
Okay.
that means that 11.2 million liquidity will be available for VR as well to tap into. So let me send another link, which is right now current testnet. So take it with a grain of salt, or ask me any question if you need understanding. So this is the vr.pirate.black. So this one is only for testnet, and we are testing things on this page. So this one shows right now what we have on VR liquidity pool. So VR supply is 100,000. So Verus test, the first coin that is in reserve right now is 24,332, and we are pricing it for BTC rather than DAI. So this can be changed or done anything with when we launch it for the mainnet. VR, we have 226,950 bridge.veth. There'll be like right now 3,978 bridge.veth. So bridge.veth will be put on like probably 4,000, 4,500, and people will be able to put in more during the pre-convert period to get the piece of the top column bridge.vr 100,000 supply. So that 100,000 will be 25% for Verus test, 25% for VR, 25% for bridge.veth. 25% for TBTC. So that token or the currency, bridge currency, will be allocated as soon as the chain is launched for whoever participated in the bridge launch, proportionate to their amount on each of the 4 currency. VR users will not be able to put in for the pre-convert period because it will not be launched until the bridge is launched. So VR is not available. Only 3 coins that are available to use.
And do we know when VR will be available on Atomic Dex or a Komodo wallet?
Yes, as soon as it launches, we are aiming for an official Komodo wallet release after the launch. We cannot launch it before because there is no way to set up Electrum and other things for it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, go download Komodo wallet and learn how to use it. You know, if you haven't already, it's really the best atomic swap platform out there. They've done an amazing job on it. Has Pirate Chain on it. It has all the other big coins that you need. Go give it a try. It's really amazing, and having VR on there is just going to make it even more useful.
Who knows? We might even have Pirate Decks, as Cox was saying. So that was already been, they said, like Pirates' own skinned or branded atomic decks will be Pirate Decks or whatever the name will be called upon release. So we can literally use Pirate Decks. I'm just using Pirate Decks the name because as of yet that's the name, I believe. So we can use it, the same one, to swap between R and VR, and that'll be pirate themed and everything.
Yeah, from what I understand, Pirate Dex is pretty close, so keep your eyes out, guys. It's going to be here soon. And it'll have all the same liquidity that Komodo wallet has. And so if you want to learn how to use these dexes, or maybe go on there and provide some liquidity or try to make some money trading the spreads that are on there, go download Komodo wallet and give it a shot. They really are. It works great as a mobile wallet too. Just if you're not looking to trade, you're just looking for a multi-coin mobile or desktop wallet. Atomic Dex, you know, beats them all. Or Komodo wallet, I'm sorry, I keep calling it the wrong thing. But yeah, go give it a try, guys. We just had Binance Binance delisting Monero, as well as a dozen other smaller exchanges. These centralized exchanges aren't going to be a permanent solution for privacy coins and real free projects like Pirate Chain and others. So you need to learn how to use these dexes. They're not hard at all, not that much harder than a centralized exchange, because that is the future of our movement of our coins. That's and there's people building amazing solutions for it. We're to the point we don't need these centralized exchanges. So go download Komodo wallet, go check out Varus. It's just a whole nother use case for us here.
I just posted another link in the meetings chat. Is the dexstats.info/arbitrage.php. So this is a site or page created by CHMax. So this one shows whatever arbitrage opportunity available in Komodo wallet, Atomic Dex. So if you want to do arbitrage and other stuff, sometimes there will be like fat finger orders and stuff like that. Keep an eye on this page and keep your Atomic Dex wallet open. And if you fancy some arbitrage opportunity, go get them. So this page always lists and updates and maintained by CHMax.
Hey, Hossein, quick question, real quick.
Yeah.
So is there any plan as far as will Varus's desktop wallet, will it hold VAR, and is that going to be the staking mechanism through there?
Yes.
Okay.
And after the launch. So we are working on to get on their mobile wallet, Varus's mobile wallet. There is also multi-coin wallet. You can use Ethereum and tokens and other stuff like we used to, like Komodo.
Okay.
So
and then
you can, yeah.
Is there a plan of having and supporting Pirate natively on Varus Desktop's wallet?
That is something we need to ask the Varus community, Varus development team. Let's see. Let me have a look.
It would be nice to be able to do swaps within the wallet without having to use any kind of exchange.
So for It's not possible, as I told you before in this meeting. Like, we don't have a decentralized bridge coded yet, or no swap
Okay.
mechanism coded yet. If we can code that up, various developers will help us. They cannot code because they have, Mike already said it, like, if anybody wants, including Pirate, they can lead you, I mean, show you how to, but they can't code it for us because they have other things. They're still like developing various and finding bugs and fixing them, or what? I mean, not finding bugs, like developing things, developing more and more tech in there and refining what they have existing ones. So Mike literally doesn't have too much time to help us by coding one as of now. So
Sure.
he offered anybody, if we have a dev, he will help them to show how to do it. And once we have, yes, of course, we could do it from a Veras wallet, probably the
Well, maybe it'd
desktop
be
one.
better to maybe it'd be better to go the other direction and to bring that functionality, into our wallet.
Of course, once you have it, like the Ethereum bridge that I posted earlier for Veras. So it's just a one web page. You can connect your MetaMask or something if you're using desktop, and then from Ethereum network, you bring in your ERC20 or Ethereum DAI maker, anything to your Veras wallet straight away using that. Or if you use the mobile wallet, you even don't need to use this web page to do this one, to get your Ethereum into your wallet, or Ethereum from your wallet to Ethereum network like MetaMask. Mobile wallet offers everything in one place for Veras right now. So if we have a bridge like that, of course it can be added as a website on piratechain.com, like bridge.piratechain.com, and you can go back and forth using that, or the mobile wallet, or even probably, but there are possibilities as long as we have the bridge. But right now we don't have it. So
Fair enough. Thank you for the answer.
Yeah. And Komodo wallet does have Varus on it, so if someone's simply just looking for a wallet that supports both coins, it's a light wallet obviously, but it does have Varus and Pirate Chain on Komodo wallet. Just so everyone knows.
Veras desktop supports Pirate, but that uses the Komodo daemon Pirate natively, but using from Komodo source code. But Pirate from Pirate's own source code is much more optimized and faster.
I see.
So the treasure chest is much more faster and it has a lot of optimization built in, what Forge has been coded up for the past few years. So it's better to use treasure chest than Veras desktop for Pirate native wallet.
Mm-hmm.
But in the future, we can think of adding Pirate's own, like the treasure chest, the Pirate CLI binaries directly, probably into integrating into Veras desktop, so people can use Veras desktop with Pirate's own daemon inside it. But I can talk to the developer who does this Veras desktop and try to get something out, but that will be for the future, not right now, because we're still testing the VR and stuff and trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle so that we can launch it.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys got a great team over at Varus. There's some really smart people over there. If you guys aren't in their Discord, you guys should check it out. I'll try to find the link and put it in the chat. But yeah, they're a partner project of ours, I guess you could say. We work really both part of the Komodo ecosystem, So most pirates should be interested in what they're doing over there at Varus. So they're doing some really cool stuff. So does anybody have any questions about VR? Go ahead and put your hands up. I know it's kind of a lot to take in. There's a lot there. But you did a great job breaking it down for us. I understand it a lot better. I personally didn't realize that it had its own chain. So that's what, I guess that's the significance between VR and other wrapped coin, wrapped pirate chain on other blockchains like BNB and Ethereum and such. This has its own chain, which is significant. It's not just a token.
So still, we can launch similar things on BNB, BSC Smart Chain, or Ethereum network as the ERC20 token, and then still map it to VR, and it will work. And mapping is super easy. You don't need to know contract or anything. If you want 1x1 R VR to be used, launched on as ERC20, you just export it from Vera's network. You would need to pay some fee with Ethereum, but that's it. Your chain is launched. There is no need to do any custom contract or anything. No coding required. I was fascinated. It's just only 3 commands I used on the testnet to export the testnet coin to Ethereum.
Okay, great. I'm sorry, I
For
was just trying to
example,
read something.
even another thing with the ID, if any pirate wants to launch some kind of NFT collection or NFT, and they can do it using an ID. Map it to the ID on VR, launch a chain in, you have, like, for example, you have the NFT in Ethereum network. You can map it to a VR ID directly and go back and forth.
Oh, it looks like Drew wants this. How's it going, Drew? Did you have a question for us?
Hey guys, yeah, I was wondering, it's on Ethereum, which are you going to put on anything else with the bridge, like Polygon, like different chains? Just because Ethereum is always so expensive and everything else.
Not right now, because there is no bridge. There is only one bridge that is for Ethereum right now from Vera's Pibus. And they don't have a bridge for Bitcoin, but you can use Bitcoin, as I said, like TBTC, that is the Threshold Network's Bitcoin token on Ethereum network, from Ethereum you can directly send Bitcoin to Bitcoin network using Threshold, that TBTC. So in order to code a bridge between Polygon and Vera's devs has to work on it. They have to code it. Or someone else.
Yeah, if someone else wants to come in and do it too, they'll get, all the help they need and questions answered in the Vera's Discord. These are community projects, so anybody's open to do what they want with it. That would be nice, having something Polygon or something a little bit cheaper. But Ethereum is the biggest, smart contract platform out there, so I'm assuming that's why they chose that one.
Yep. That's what I believe too. And Veras has meetings on every Tuesday and Saturday. So in community meetings, a lot of questions. If you guys join in there, and you can ask openly questions related to development or whatever you have on your mind. So
you said those were Tuesdays and Saturdays?
Yeah, if you join Vera's Discord, you will find events in there on the top side over there, like 2 events. So so there will be a meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC, and events on Saturday. It goes on 7 p.m. UTC.
Okay, great. I'll try to catch that tomorrow, so I can learn
There are
more about
plenty of information being shared. People ask questions, we listen, we get educated, or we learn about the new tech or how it works. Because to be honest, I'm like doing testing and stuff, and still a lot of things I'm not aware of. It's like so vast, this Pivas thing, and Varus has been building stuff for over 5 years now.
Nice. You guys are doing some cool work over there. Everybody needs to check out Varus, or kind of a partner project. So Let's see, does anybody else have any more questions about VR? Or I guess anything pirate or Varus related? Let's go ahead and raise your hand if you need to say something. All right, so is there anything else you needed to mention, Hossein?
No, I don't think I have anything else to say unless someone wants to ask any questions. Look like there is none right now.
It
So
looks
if
like
there
I
is any
got one.
questions, okay.
I got one in the chat over here from Croetic. He's asking who controls the locked coins.
The logged coins controlled by someone. Right now, I am not in the liberty to specify name. We have the view key to verify. But when we can tell you who logged it or holds the key, we'll post it. And there is no way. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
but it is a trusted person. It is a trusted person from private community who is holding the coins. So
yeah, this is
multi-sig wallet.
This is Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just asking, wouldn't it be in a multi-sig wallet?
not right now. It's not in multi-sig wallet right now. No. But if we move it to multi-sig wallet, there will be a page up in piratechain.com, vr.piratechain.com, I believe it will be. We'll have all the information in there with the view key that is also in my announcement that I posted a couple of months back. So if we change it to a multi-sig wallet, we'll post it in there. We'll change it. But right now it is in the hand of a trusted person, and it's not pirate team's fund. So these funds are being given or being logged by someone else, well-wisher for the project.
This is the centralized aspect he mentioned earlier when he was talking.
Yes.
But it's not. The goal is once the decentralized bridge is complete, then there wouldn't be a need for this, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, this is the centralized locked funds is just until the bridge gets completed, and then that'll be a decentralized bridge, which is very different from other wrapped coins. So it's not a permanent thing; it's just a temporary thing. And
until we have a decentralized bridge coded, so this is what we have right now. So to be honest, if some people, there will be few people who may not trust it, so they don't have to they don't have to use it. But what we know as from the Pirates team, the person who is holding the funds is trusted, and we all trust where it's logged right now.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think we get it. Yeah, that's some exciting stuff. Do we have any more questions? You can put them in the chat. I got it open now. Or
and if when I am able to post the name who is holding the funds, most of you will probably know and trust that person automatically.
Okay.
So I mean, you guys can guess, but I don't want to divulge that.
Yeah, I think we all have some guesses. I think, and they're probably right. So, but we can't announce them right now. So, yeah. Well, any more questions, guys? I know it's kind of a complex subject, but I learned a lot. Any more in the chat?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me,
guys?
Oh,
yeah, there's Lutz. What's up, Lutz?
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, it doesn't matter who it is, even if it's a non. That's even better, right? That's great. I don't want to know who the fuck is holding the goddamn coins. That's not something I care about. Right? What I'm more worried about is if something were to happen, because we've seen things happen with setups like this and gateways and such. I'm not a super technical guy, so shit like this scares me. I'm sure shit like this scares everybody else too. It's like, holy shit, what are we getting involved with again, bro? So that's what the scary part of this is for me. I don't care who's holding the fucking coins. That's your money. I don't give a shit. All right, but what I care about is what's gonna happen later on if something goes wrong. Right? I want to know that something's not gonna go wrong, maybe with Varus. okay? Or maybe with some decentralized gateway that's not built correctly. We've seen it with war, okay? And I hope you could understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, so specify, like if Veros goes wrong, the logged pirate coins are logged on the pirate side, so they're not going away. So they're still in there, so it can
So,
be
so the
redeemed
leader,
from pirate side. No pirate coins are lost, so if
assuring
it
me
gets
that are you assuring me that the leader of Verus cannot just spend 10 million coins whenever he wants? Because if you could do that, I'll feel better.
I mean, I cannot assure you anything. You need to assure yourself. Go hang around and look into the. If you can drain their current bridge reserves from the bridge, the current bridge.
I don't want to do. I'm no longer in. I don't want anything to do with Varys. I was there from the beginning. All right, and I mined for a long time. Shit went wrong. FPGAs came out secretly, and then and then the graphics came out. Dude, it was, and then it was forking. I was mining for months, and I lost money for months on electricity. All right, so I have my own reasons why I don't like Varys. Okay, so now hearing this coming along, okay, this sounds great. This is just another platform that people could trade on, right? That's good. Um, but this other stuff is more concerning. Like like how do I know that God forbid pirate goes up again, somebody don't get an itchy trigger finger to hit the fucking the button to sell all time. Like what if we work so hard to get back to where we were, guys? Right?
What
15,
What do
16,
you mean? What do you
$20.
mean itching trigger finger? What do you mean by that? Like
Well,
crash the price?
I firmly believe that given the opportunity, there are people out there with enough pressure, they will they'll sell the coins. So I just want to make sure that not one person could sell the coins. I don't even
If
care who.
anybody, listen, Lud, if anybody would like to sell any coin, they can do it at any exchange where pirate is listed. Nobody's stopping them.
No, I'm talking about the 10 million coins.
The 10 million coins that are logged, and that is not going to be withdrawn. The view key is there. You can import the key into your wallet and keep it in there. You can keep an eye on it every second of the day if you like. If it moves, you will know it as soon as it moves.
Right,
Probably set up a telegram.
bro, listen to me. I'm not just talking about me. This is the address of your whole community, right? This is what I'm addressing your community right now. All right. We want to know if those those coins are multi, key. That not one person can just one day decide to take them out. Unless it's the person who donated it, I'm okay with that. All right, but so some level tech, maybe somebody who has their hands on the code. See what I'm saying?
No,
Something like that.
it's
I want
the
to make sure that not one key could do it. Maybe 2 out of 3 keys could do it.
yeah, the funds are controlled by the person that donated them. They're somebody's funds, and he locked them up. Well, not locked them up, but he put them in a publicly viewable wallet. But no, they're his coins or her coins. And yeah, so they do have control over that wallet, and if they did choose to withdraw them and sell them or whatever, then yeah, they could do that. But we have the view key, so we could know immediately if that happens. But that is the centralized aspect of it.
Only the donator is in control of the funds. There's nobody else that could take those funds out. That's what you just told me, right?
From what I understand, is that correct, Hossein?
Yes, and the donator is JL777.
Oh,
Now
there
you
we
know
go.
who is
That was
holding
it.
the funds. So, do you trust JL777 for everything he has done for Pirate from the beginning and still doing it? It's James's funds. He logged it up for the community, for the betterment of Pirate. And the day I will not be able to trust JL777, probably that's the day death of crypto. Because he has been in the community since 2014. I know him since it was NXT days, Bitcoin Dark. He has been a great person, He has done a lot of things, never scammed. Even with the Agama hack, he managed to refund every single, even from his own fund.
I'm not I think you're misunderstanding me. I never said anything bad, or JL's name. It has nothing to do with him. The whole point of what I'm saying is that the donator is still in control of his own funds, and not somebody else like Veris, who he's doing business with, can take it and do it on their own. Right? We want it.
Yeah,
So if you're telling
Veros is not control of those funds at all. And when we have a proper multi-sig way of managing these locked funds, we will move them to multi-sig. But right now, personally, as a user of this platform, as a member of this pirate platform, I'm trusting James to hold those funds, because whenever he said something, he did it. And he has a
safe. I have more
no.
questions.
Now I understand. I probably misunderstood that pirate Veras could take those funds. No, they cannot take the funds.
I wanted to establish that the funds were safe. You get that, bro?
All right.
So
Okay.
everybody, the funds, see, it's safe. So it's okay because the guy who's donating it, it's his fucking money, so it doesn't matter whose name it is in control of his own money still.
Yeah,
right?
I misunderstood, so I spilled his name as well.
Okay, bro. I know. It's a look. I talk with Spanish people, Italian people. It's cool, bro. So that's cool. Now with Veris, what is it that I could do that I can't do before? Like, what is it that normally I do daily that what is it giving me that I didn't have before? That's what you have to relay. You talk a lot of technical for about like an hour and a half or something. I don't think anybody understood what you said, bro. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm just a garbage man. You gotta look at me like that, bro. Right? And you gotta understand. Nobody understands what you're talking about. Right? What can I do now with Veris? What is Veris giving me the ability to do that I did not have before? That's it. That's the question you need to answer.
I already answered that. Tapping into liquidity, going back and forth, Ethereum, getting new users from Ethereum, whoever wants to. Like, think of it this way. You have Ethereum or you have Bitcoin, but you want to get pirate and you want to do it in a decentralized way to get pirate rather than going KYC exchanges and other places, giving them your chicken, showing your ID and stuff. So you have Ethereum, fine. What you do, you go to Veras Ethereum bridge. Using the Ethereum bridge, you bring in the Ethereum into your Veras wallet. You convert it to VR, and then the VR, using the atomic dex, you send it to pirate network, and you have pirate. You've gone completely private.
Let me explain it in Brooklyn, guys. This is amazing. I didn't see it before, but I'm seeing it now. This is not for us. This is for the DeFi people who want to get the fuck out and need a way out. And Pirate is now thinking about the people once again and giving them that. Right, so if you need to get out of DeFi, because everything in DeFi is KYC for the most part, centralized, right? That's what all that DeFi token stuff is, right? Wrapped, all this stuff, all that that's all centralized stuff, guys. Right, but
that is primary. That is primary, but go ahead.
And when they want to get out, they're not going to be able to, and that's what this system's doing. That's what all this is about with the exchanges kicking Monero off. They're controlling the narrative, right? So Pirate just gave you something. Veris actually just gave you something really fucking amazing, and I didn't see it before. I'm sorry, but you see why you need to explain it to me, you motherfuckers.
I said it. I was answering questions, so people, whoever was asking what questions, I was giving them the answer. Nobody asked me. Tell me it layman terms. So you asked me, and I gave you the answer. Now, the primary user could be those, including even Bitcoin. So if you have Bitcoin, it's not on Ethereum. So you send the Bitcoin via Threshold network to get TBTC. That is a Ethereum token equivalent to Bitcoin. Using the Ethereum network, you send your BTC convert to TBTC, that TBTC, you send it via Verus bridge, you get VR, you send it to R. So that is the primary. But now
Yep.
in pirate community, there are plenty of people who are traders. They would like to arbitrate. They would like to trade. They would like to take the take profit during the price up and down. And as I said, the bridge price can differ from market price. So there is an arbitrage opportunity. People can do back and forth, buy and sell, and make themselves money. So that is another use case. People in pirate, there are plenty of people in pirate, I mean users, members, they would like to get into NFT, buy or sell NFT or create NFT. That is possible using VR. So it opens up a lot of things. So I'm not a marketing person. I don't talk marketing much, and
That's
there should
that's
be
why
like people like you or people like marketing people should take my words and get the use case for marketing, and they can hold VR in a pool and make money from the conversion fee. So there is conversion as long as you have, like, you are holding your VR in the pool, liquidity pool, you're making money from there. You are staking. So all the conversions that people are coming and going back and forth between Ethereum to pirate, there are conversion fees. Whoever is staking, they're getting a piece of that fee. So staking means these miners and stakers, they get rewarded nicely from that. So people, even some pirate, if you have idle funds, you can probably move into VR, put it in the liquidity pool, or do staking, and you get that piece of the pie. Make sense?
Yep, for sure, bro. I'm happy you explained it to me. See, now I could explain it to other people properly. Yes.
All right, I'm glad to hear that. Now, Kroetic asked, how are the conversion fees handled? Let me invite someone in stage, Monkins. He may be able to give a better answer for that.
Awesome.
I mean, just one more time before you go, guys. It's an off ramp. It's a DeFi off ramp. They just made you the most private DeFi off ramp that you could, because anything connected to that stuff is almost impossible to be private. So this is the best thing you're gonna get to get the hell out of DeFi and back
All
into
right.
into Varus, get into Pirate, get into all of them. Anything that's a real chain.
Okay,
All right, I'm good.
welcome Monkins to the stage. If anybody didn't know Monkins, he's a community developer in Varus platform, Varus ecosystem. He has done a lot of things for Varus miners, improving the Explorer, designing the bridge.veth link that I posted earlier. So he's even refining and making it better. So he has been in the deeply delved into Varus. He has also created the the bridge, the site and everything. Even for VR, the bridge stats site we will have. He's helping with that. So Monkins, please, would you mind answering the question? Like how the conversion fees are handled? Thanks.
Cheers, you're making me blush. Yeah, the pools which Shosane is talking about, those are DeFi pools that are on Verus. So you can create your own pools with VR, with any currencies you like. So without anyone taking them off you, these are mined-in pools. Once they're defined and you put some money in them, they're permanent on the blockchain, and the market determines the price. So if you made a pool with 1,000 VR in and 1,000 Ethereum in, not 1 Ethereum, say, then that would be the price at launch because of the tokens, the liquidity pool tokens, because you've backed up your liquidity pool token with one ETH and 1,000 R. So what fees do you do? If you just park your money there and nobody used that liquidity pool, you would not get any fees because your money's just sitting there doing nothing. But as Chassain said, if the price went out of whack, so now all of a sudden the price went up of VR, there's a buying opportunity of VR because it's only priced at 1 ETH, and it could have gone up to 2 ETH. So you people opportunity would just put in their ETH to get some pirate because they know they can get it cheap. So when they put their money in using just a command like you're sending your VR, the network takes off a 0.25% fee. That's it's not 2.5%, it's 0.25%. So that fee that you pay for the conversion goes into the miner's block, and so the miner who mines in that fee, he gets a little like a little bit of reward for that. But then if you're holding the bridge token, I mean, you're holding the liquidity pool token because you've got some VR in that pool, because as you put your money into the pool, you get a bit of that, also a bit of that fee. So there's two people who's getting fees: the miners rolling up the blocks, processing the transaction, and the people who are holding the coins in the liquidity pool, providing the liquidity they get. I hope that helps.
Yeah, man, that makes sense. So that answer your question, Coetic? He said, so the account that created the pool obtains the fees, then distributes them out to the others who have contributed to the pool, or are they all essentially pool creators?
So the person, if I create a pool out of my own money, so I put in my own VR and my own ETH, then all that money and all those liquidity pool tokens are owned by me. And if I exit it out, I'll just get my money back because I started it up. But you've got to rely on the network effect of people aping in. If you see that $11 million that people have got put in over a few months, there was big lumps of millions of DAI put in, and the price rocketed up, and that was an arbitrage opportunity. So there's a graph on, someone's made a price comparison graph, and you can see the price rocketing up and then coming back down to parity, and rocketing up. So as other people enter the pool, that's when there's more liquidity to share. Otherwise, if you just create your own pool, it's just like a one-man party.
So if it's just one-man pool, then the liquidity could eventually run out, is what you're saying?
Someone could always drain a liquidity pool because it's water. It's just like water. If you've balanced the two buckets of water of the currency, and there's a net leaving of the coins, because the mechanism is to either put in VR and get out Ethereum. So you're filling up the bucket of VR, and then you're emptying out the bucket of Ethereum. And then the other opportunity is putting in Ethereum, filling up the bucket of Ethereum, and draining out some VR. But if if you buy the bridge token itself, you park your money in there, you're filling up VR, and then that would make an unbalance in the price. So quickly someone has to fill up the bucket of Ethereum, and then when they do that, that's an arbitrage opportunity because the price was out of whack.
So it works similar to other liquidity pools where arbitrage balances out the price.
Yes, that's right. The arbitrage opportunities so there's bots out there which or there's a built-in bot into the actual protocol itself where if you park your money as a buy order, like on Atomic Dex, you say, I want to sell, if a VR ever gets to like $10, I want to park this sell order on the chain. So it's like Atomic Dex, but it's on the chain, so it never goes away. And miners can see that parked order that you've parked, and then when the the price does get to that, it will automatically be snapped up and you'll get the price you want. And so it's like an automatic market maker on chain by people placing their, what they want.
Okay, and Croetic said something else. He said there's an additional fee added which goes to the liquidity pool creator. Is this handled by consensus? I think it just works just like a other liquidity pool on Uniswap or something like that, Croetic. I don't know if you're familiar with those at all, but I think it essentially works the same way as that. So, I mean, it's not really I guess consensus, you can put it that way, but it's more arbitrage. So, yeah, go play along with testnet, Croetic, or go look at some of the other liquidity pool platforms out there. It works in a similar way as that. It's Uniswap and such. So, let's see, does anybody else have any more questions while we got Munkins on here? We're having a good meeting today, guys. We're already an hour and a half into it. Happy to see all the interest.
Yeah, I was worried I'd be too late because I was just on another call, but it's good to see all these.
Yeah, lots of people seem interested. And just in general, we've just seen more activity lately. I don't know if it's because of the bull market or what, but there's been a lot of hype around Pirate on Twitter and Telegram and here on Discord too. So, got a good energy brewing here.
Yo, if you guys could convince Croetic to like Varus, because I understand what it is now. I understand why it was created to get everybody the fuck out of DeFi. So it is an act of an angel, guys. Especially that's a lot to donate. So that's an act of an angel. You better, you guys should hop on board and really look into it if somebody's willing to do that. This technology.
Yeah.
Well, there are more things being planned, but those are not public info right now. But there are more things coming from Pirate.
If you could convince Croatic, man, I think we would have a great movement going on, guys. Because I like him because he's a pirate too, right? I like all you pirates that think like me, right? So he's no different. He likes everything decentralized, and if he were able to make his coin private, he would, because that's the type of person he is. He just couldn't make a pirate. Not everybody can make a pirate. Pirate's fucking unique, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we like the critical questions. The critical questions, and that's important.
We all want the same things. For the most
Yep,
part.
we're all trying to build the same thing here. Alternative economy that we control, and we got some of the best people working on it here, and we got loots, so we're not gonna lose. We got loots on our ship.
Yeah, you got my dumb ass. If you can't explain it to me, I don't see how anybody's gonna fucking understand
it. Hell yeah, man. So yeah, but VR, it's just another road to pirate chain, another road to privacy. Consider an off ramp from DeFi or an on ramp into privacy. It's just another road to bringing people to pirate chain. And this doesn't change anything about Pirate Chain. This is a completely separate project that are doing this, all on their own. This hasn't changed Pirate Chain at all. They're still the exact same coin. This is just another use case for it. And another way to maybe stake and earn a little pirate, or to get some of your, other coins off these surveillance chains and into privacy.
And guys, if it is, JL, like they said earlier, who is holding the 10 million and donated it, that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's an act of an angel. He's done so incredible things for this environment. He was the first one that made the first DEX. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I was around. I was waiting for that DEX for a long time, all right? And then all of a sudden, everybody copied his code. So, you got real pirates over here, people. I don't understand what's going on in Monero. They used to be really fucking cool people. And then all of a sudden, I went to this last event in New York City where, there's like these fruity people talking about master nodes and tokens
Don't
and
talk too bad. Don't talk too bad about Monero because there is a Monero DEX being worked on right now, and the developer is also on Pirate Discord. Fox
I don't
knows
talk
about
bad.
him.
I'm not
No,
talking bad about.
I'm just saying because
Yeah,
we would
I'm.
like to get Pirate into that Monero DEX as well, and I am
My,
kind of in there testing thing.
Oh, nice. That
my
would be pretty cool.
my vision for a pirate dex is all privacy coins. That's it. That's it. Only privacy coins. So that when you get kicked off for that exchange, we're gonna welcome you with open arms. Come on board, guys. We got room for everybody. If you're a privacy coin, come on board. Right? That would be like a great vision for a real pirate dex for me. That's me personally, and that's I mean that was the dream for me. But anyway, don't worry about the coins, guys. I would trust JL with my life, and I wouldn't say that about many people.
Yeah, and I thought he had said himself that he was doing it. That's why I was confused when you said that you couldn't
Yeah,
announce it.
I didn't. I don't remember him saying it.
I
Anyway,
might be wrong.
I mean, I don't remember him saying it anywhere, but it is him. So you can ask now if you like, because I already spilled the beans.
Okay. Well, there was other people saying that was him before I talked to you, so it's kind of been going around. So yeah, but he's been around forever. He's an OG.
He's online every single day. I had a chat with him this evening. I mean, for me, this evening. So he's always around, just not too much public visibly.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him more, but oh crap, my phone's ringing. I'd like to talk to him more, but I haven't personally got to talk to him before, but he's an interesting guy.
He's always available. You just go to the Komodo.
Yeah, I've thought about reaching out to him. I just didn't want to bug him over stupid questions,
There's a channel in there that says Ask JL777, and that
Oh, yeah.
channel was created for my first interview with him a long, long time ago, and it always has been there and it stayed there.
Joe has his hands up. He wants to ask something, so I'm going to invite him to the stage. Or
Awesome.
he's already in the
Yeah.
stage.
What's up, Drew?
Hey guys. Hey, so Luch was saying a way to get out of DeFi, but and maybe I'm a little off, but I thought DeFi was privacy or the ability where a centralized was controlled, where DeFi wasn't, or is this like an extra step or something?
Well, no, well, DeFi is not. DeFi on Ethereum or Polygon or any of these others, they are not private. They're on transparent chains, so you can go and look at their block explorers and look at all the transactions for all their tokens and all their smart contracts and stuff like that. So they don't have privacy at all. As far as decentralization, that's the idea behind DeFi is decentralized finance. But it's the opinion of myself and a lot of the people here is that they are very liberal with the word decentralized, and that most of these chains have centralized choke points and do a lot of centralized things. Like Uniswap, for example, is sending out cease and desist letters to people who forked their exchange, that forked Uniswap, or at least the front end for it, which is supposed to all be open source and stuff like that. So they're already taking the first steps to showing their centralized aspects by using lawyers to go after people who are making their own versions of their front end. And then there's just the way a lot of these chains launch. They have ICOs, initial coin offerings, a time when investors and VC firms get a chance to invest in their coins when the general public doesn't, and then they have pre-mines or developer taxes and stuff like that, where the coins are going back to the same centralized entities. And then most of these platforms are proof of stake platforms, blockchains. So consensus is made by voting. You use by staking. Your stake is a vote. And the more coins you have, the more you can stake, and the more direction of the project you can control. And when you have a centralized entity that got a huge percentage of those coins before it was even made public, and you have a developer tax that's going back to that centralized foundation that are really making the decisions, a lot of us question whether that is really decentralized, or it may be more decentralized than centralized options. but to a lot of us, that they're not satisfactorily decentralized. And I think we're seeing it. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these days Uniswap will start doing KYC or something like that. So that's what he means. Verus technically this is a form of DeFi. They have similar things going on, but Verus was a fair launched blockchain. They didn't have any ICO or anything like that. So, I mean, this is an opinion that if you go ask some people in the Ethereum community or, Polygon or something like that, they would disagree with us completely. But a lot of us question the actual decentralization of these platforms. And then obviously the privacy. Privacy is really important to us. And none of these platforms, there are some smart contract platforms that offer privacy like Darrow or Secret Network, which I don't know that much about. But as far as, Polygon, Avalanche, Ethereum, these are all transparent chains where everybody could see anything. So it's a kind of an opinion thing, but I don't know. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does. I thought that's what it was, and I was like, okay, because but I was like going, what? Why does he want to leave DeFi? The only other option is Central. I was just like,
Yeah. So a
Okay.
DeFi that pirates will like, you won't even hear a lot of us use the word DeFi a lot just because people confuse that with Ethereum and these dexes like Uniswap, which are completely different than the type of dexes we like. When we talk about DeFi and good DeFi, what we believe is good DeFi is things like Komodo Wallet, which is an atomic swap dex. It's not a liquidity pool dex, which you're basically swapping one chain from your personal wallet to another person's personal wallet. If you're trying to swap between Pirate and Litecoin, the person who has Litecoin, they're sending their Litecoin to your personal wallet that you control the keys of, and you're sending your Pirate chain to their Pirate chain wallet that they have the keys to, without a centralized authority there that could ever, freeze the transaction or take the funds and stuff. And it also has decentralized order books, which is an important part. So we do believe in DeFi, and of course we do not want to be using centralized services, but a lot of us are very skeptical of some of these yield farming and lending platforms and stuff like that. We're really skeptical of it, and that's why we like atomic swaps, which is just true peer-to-peer trading, a true peer-to-peer DEX.
Let me add something in there. So what Verus has created with this PBAS. So I'm just posting another link in the chat. Verus PBAS is another DeFi platform as well. So this is truly decentralized. There is no central entity or anything that is holding your coins or anything. You have Ethereum or any other token on Ethereum, you just send it over to Verus, and then you can cross-chain like swap to any other chain using their cross-chain imports and exports, stuff like that. Monkeys, hopefully I'm not saying otherwise, right? Plus, if you look at the latest link that I posted that Monkins created, so this is the next version of their bridge website that looks like more user friendly and people would understand much better. So Monkins is working on this better bridge at test.net. So it's right now on testnet. You can see, so select a currency that is available in Ethereum. All these things you can bring into Verus and then swap it with any available coins, tokens, currencies, currency baskets, literally whatever is available within Verus ecosystem. Right now, there are about 27 options available, or 27 currencies or tokens that you can convert it into. So yeah, so this is a great DeFi platform. This is still what I would say like in the early stage. It needs more user and more stuff. So probably with this, when VR gets created, VR will add more options in there. So VR will have exposure to all these available currencies that Verus has on their mainnet. So Komodo Wallet definitely one of the true decentralized exchange. So Verus is a DeFi platform in that way. You can do it.
Yeah.
And Monkeys also posted some screenshots in the meetings chat, on this channel, so you can have a look at it, how easy it could be to use it. So he's constantly working on it, and Pirate will have something similar when we launch VR in there.
Awesome, that does look really nice. So yeah, it does a lot of the same DeFi stuff you'll see other platforms do. But the way Varus was launched, they were what we call fair launch. They didn't have an ICO. That's why, a lot of us pirates are supportive of them because they didn't launch in the same way most chains are, and we consider them an actual decentralized network as opposed to a lot of them. But we are kind of extremists here. We expect a lot out of our blockchains. We don't like any centralized aspects, and that's why we launched the way we did at Pirate and at Varus. And I think that's a huge difference that differentiates us from the rest of the ecosystem, because there aren't that many coins that have fair launched after like since Ethereum's launch. Really, Ethereum did this ICO, and ever since then, every big chain or every chain that's seen any success has all been have ICOs and centralized foundations and are proof of stake with a limited number of validators. All these things that we have problems with, but we were launched in a way similar to Bitcoin, where the only way you could get pirate coins on day one is to mine them, to do work, to provide value to the network and actually do work and spend your time and your energy producing it, not just by buying into an ICO or something like that. And this is the way Bitcoin was launched, and that's what we want it to be too. And this, makes our fight more difficult because we don't have $1 million VCs behind us, a bunch of venture capitalists from Binance Labs or Andreessen Horowitz or A16Z. Those guys aren't throwing money at us because they throw money at projects that they can gain influence over through their money. And, they can't gain influence on us with their money. The only way they can influence... Oh, go ahead, Lutz.
Yeah, there's no point. We wouldn't take it. We tell them to go wipe their ass with it.
I'd tell if they approach me, I'd tell them to go fucking buy some on Atomic Dex, dude, if you want some, but you're not going to influence us,
How do we mine? How do we mine the new coin coming out? I think people would want to know that. Is there instructions somewhere?
Yeah, is it like CPU mineable like Varus is?
Yeah, I got CPUs, baby.
I'm assuming it is.
Yeah, I'm mining it now. Yeah, on testnet, the VR chain.
Yeah,
Nice. So yeah.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, I agree with Lutz, although that'd be great to have like a video or instructions on us people who aren't as techy, somewhat techy, and just be like, okay, step by step, watch a video, figure it out, like test net, so that we feel all safe and like, okay, played around with it. Now
Don't worry.
yeah.
Don't worry, Drew. Our great Cox will make some video soon on how to do pre-convert or participate using the Verus wallet and stuff. So I will liaise with him. He already learned a lot about the whole thing. So I believe Cox will be giving us some nice video tutorials to how to do it, pre-convert and stuff, and other things. Any other community member who are experienced on both sides or how it works probably can write up some nice guides too.
Yeah, so those will become... Oh, go ahead, Drew.
I would just say, make sure when you do the videos and instructions that you start a point of like, they know nothing about nothing. Like, because sometimes you get into some of these things and they're like way far ahead or they're using tech terms and you're just like, wait, what did they say?
I'm on it, bro. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll check it out after they make it, and we'll improve upon it. I got my eye on it. Don't worry. What I want to know is what brand are we throwing? Or is this going to be like a Bitcoin Talk announcement where everybody in your market said go mine?
No, because it's a CPU mineable coin. So I already spoke to a couple of big Verus pool operators who are doing proof of work mining with the CPU or anything. So they have like a lot of hash in their pools, so it will be mined by those pools. So if anybody wants to mine VR, it'll be merge mined. So same hash will be going into VR as it's going to Verus coin. So if you want to mine it, so Verus has very good guides on how to. There are plenty of people sharing their setups using mobile phones. They're mining. So people has 20, 30, 50, hundreds of mobile phones, ARM-based mobile phones, and they're mining using Android app. So they just buy like broken screen or other phone, like low value phone, what you get like few years old. Even new ones would give you good mega hash, but
Bro,
people using more.
Bro, did you just make a way for us to mine pirate with CPUs, bro? Is that what you're telling us in simple form?
Yeah.
That's awesome. What the fuck? Why are you hiding this shit? That's
No, nobody's hiding anything. You can use your mobile phone to mine. If you have Android phone, iOS doesn't give you good hash. So any Android phone like Google Pixels or Xiaomi, those type of phone with a good Snapdragon processor or some other processors, just install a Verus Coin Miner 9000 or something, whichever is newer. People are building mining farm using only mobile phones because mobile phones uses less electricity and gets more sol parts like hash power than a CPU, desktop CPU. So there are plenty guides, plenty of resources available in Verus Discord, and like how to mine. So if you go to Verus Wiki, let me find the link for Verus Wiki, and I'll share with you. It's all available.
Yeah.
Nobody's hiding anything.
Yeah, but you're telling people, you know, like it's not your fault because you don't, you're too smart, bro. That's why, that's what it is. You come down to my level where I'm a simple guy. It's hard to understand what you're talking about. But in layman's terms, guys, this will not affect the current hash rate of Pirate, which is what we were worried about earlier. That was my first concern. Though I was thinking Verus is trying to steal hash from Pirate, but no, that's not the case. They actually gave you another way to make Pirate. You can now mine with your ASICs and your CPUs.
No, there is no ASIC for Verus. I mean, you can mine with ASICs R, but for VR using only CPU. Yes, you're right.
Get both. You got best of both worlds, or you got both worlds. In my case.
Yeah, so get your old phones together, guys. Go dig them out of the drawer. I noticed my mom never used her PC, and I went in, like, she had several computers she never used, and I just went in there and started mining Verus on them all day. It took a while before she figured it out. But yeah, any old devices around.
I just shared the link for Verus mining, like start mining. It has all the information that you need. If you need more information, go ask them. They're helpful. They will tell you how to do it. But when you go there, they have like specific channel only for posting hash rate for any things, and specific channel for asking questions and stuff. So ask in the specific channel for asking question, and they will answer. The community is helpful. So suitable devices, it says CPU processor, profitability indication is high, GPU medium, not good, because that's how Verus Hash 2.1 works. And mobile phone high, ARM, not Raspberry Pi 4. So if you have ARM processor like those NanoPi and other single board computers, you can mine it using those. They use less electricity and stuff. And for Verus Miner, not that one that somebody posted something, but this is the Verus Miner. Get this one.
Yeah, and it's really easy to use, guys. My dumbass was able to figure it out. So.
Oh, your phones work just as good as your computer on Verus, guys. So the hashing is really cool. I do like the fact that I can mine on all my phones, like 10 phones. That's. I really feel bad. I was dumping Verus now. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean
to. People has very big mining farms. They have created a lot of mining farms. If any of you are going to Consensus 2024, Verus will have a booth in there, very big booth, and they will be there for 3 days in Consensus 2024. You can go and see. There will be a small setup of how to show or showcase mobile phone mining. So somebody is bringing in their rig in there. So go and check it out and how it works. If you have questions, if you're going to Consensus 2024, go to Verus booth, ask questions. The lead developer, Mike, other developers, they will be all there to answer your questions. Ask them directly. It's in May 27. 29, 30, and 31st of May. 3 days in Texas, Austin, Texas.
Wait, can you repeat
And
that?
so Consensus 2024, the
Oh,
crypto
consensus.
conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, popular.
So it's the end of May, last 3 days of May, and Veras has secured a booth in there, in the convention center. So
Nice.
there'll be presence for Veras. Go in, developers will be there, plenty of community contributors, community members will be there from Veras. Go ask question, go see the mobile phone mining rig that they will be bringing, as I heard from their weekly meetings. Somebody's bringing in their rig to showcase that, yes, you can mine with mobile phone. And mobile phone actually is a pretty good idea.
Nice. That's exciting.
It's an amazing idea, bro. Look, I did at one point want to love Veris. I was one of the, I was in there. I interviewed. I think I interviewed him a long time ago, in the beginning. And I really wanted a CPU coin. Everybody does, right? That's why Monero is popular. Well, guess what, guys? If you see any Monero people crying out there, you could console them now. You could say, listen, brother, listen. Stop mining Monero and just mine some Pirate now with your CPU. Look, you could do it. So go on social media, get out there and say, listen, guys, you can mine Pirate with your CPU. Hate it or love it, whatever you want. Miners, they typically miners don't really give a shit what they mine. So go throw it out there. I know I'm gonna mine it.
Right. Well, it looks like we got somebody else that's trying to ask a question. What's up for Matt?
Hey guys, a little off topic. So I like ordinals. They're like graffiti on the Bitcoin wall, and I would love to write on all kinds of walls. The Pirate Chain wall, the Verus wall. Is there an equivalent of ordinals for Pirate Chain? And I don't know if Verus needs that, because I know for other blockchains you can just go straight to NFT. But yeah, does
No.
I want to know. I want to have ordinals for everything. So.
No, there are not. Yeah, there are no ordinals on Pirate Chain, and the way I understand it, I don't believe they're possible because we're a privacy coin. You can't see whatever's inscripted on the transaction publicly, so you can't see it. So that's something that, publicly viewable blockchains, you can do on there, and there's nothing they can do to really stop you either, But we're a private chain, so we have a memo field, you could put whatever you want in that memo field, but it's not publicly viewable, unless you make your viewing key public or something like that. And honestly, a lot of people in the pirate community are into ordinals and like them a lot, but we're kind of or at least I am of the opinion that we don't really want them on Pirate, because we want Pirate to be the most fungible currency out there, where every single coin is exactly the same as the next coin over. There's nothing differentiating them. And if you're putting inscriptions on there, then it kind of kills the fungibility, because one pirate chain, one R is worth more or less than another because of what inscription is on it. So we do like, I like people, they're fun. There's people doing some really cool stuff with them and stuff, but as far as Pirate Chain goes, we're trying to make the most fungible and most private digital currency around, or we have made the most private and fungible digital currency in existence, and we don't want to do anything that would harm its fungibility. So 1R equals 1R, and that's what, we're planning on keeping it. But, it is an open source project, but from what I understand, the way Forge has explained it to me, I don't believe that they're even possible on Pirate Chain. Someone smarter than me might be able to correct me, but as of now, they're not happening on here. But with this partnership with Verus, you can mint NFTs on Verus and Pirate NFTs, and I think you could use VR to buy and sell those NFTs. So it's similar. That is not on the Pirate Chain blockchain though. It'd be on the Verus chain.
That was good to know. I like that answer. Thank you for the clarification.
One thing I forgot to mention with my almost 2 hours talk. So you can buy and sell IDs as well for VR. For example, you have the nicest or coolest ID that you purchased and you want to sell it for higher price, there is a marketplace for ID inside Verus wallet, or I mean in the blockchain. You can put offer, you can offer up your ID, like for example, Captain Blackbeard. I'm just saying. So whoever gets that ID, it's only one ID. They get it and they want to sell it, and somebody is interested to buy it at that price, whatever price the seller puts up, and they want to buy it. They can buy it decentralized way. That ID for staking or whatever they want to do with that. They can set up a business in there. It doesn't really. I mean, possibilities are there. And in terms of mining, as I posted the link for mining, if you see the CC miner for CPU, and if you use a Windows computer, the software was made by Monkins, who is on the chat. He is the developer for the Windows miner for Verus. I mean,
Nice.
ported the CC miner.
All the
Nice,
miners
good
are-
work, Mo. Oh, you're good, man.
Now yes, what also you didn't mention is that you're mining VR on the chain, which is, and you normally get a Coinbase reward. Say you get 6 VR or every block. Now that 6 VR is normally just the Coinbase reward, but Verus has a fee pool. So if people are buying all these VR identities, like someone set up a business selling, every time you purchase the identity, like someone's selling them, or you just put yours up, you bought a good one, it goes back to the miners. So if you priced it at say 100 VR for one ID, then as soon as someone buys that VR, then if that miner hits that block and rolls it up, they get a bigger reward for that block. So the mining rewards start to take into a new, a new type of add-on, let's call it, that everyone who's buying identities, everyone's doing DeFi on the chain, your mining rewards go up and up and up. So it brings an ecosystem of people like trading NFT, because an identity is basically a supercharged NFT. Because an NFT, you cannot like decentralized way of selling it each other. You have to go on these centralized NFT sites, and you hope they don't crash and take NFTs. Whereas on Verus, if you just put some data into your identity, like some pictures or a video that you own, and you sign it, and then you put it up for sale for 1,000, say, DAI or something. When someone buys that, the fee of the transfer goes a bit to the miner, goes a bit to the community, to the chain. So you see how it's creating a more, holistic way of all the fees that the Uniswap, that the Coinbase, that all the centralized systems are just raping you with. The miners are now getting these fees, and it brings you in.
Yeah, the more activity you get, the more transaction fees are generated, and more the mining rewards go up. So,
Is the ID that you can have for Verus going to be the same ID for VAR, or are they separate?
They're all separate, like on a namespace. So you imagine at the top of the tree, Verus is the chain, which is the root chain. Then when VR is created, its parent will be Verus. So when you send between the Verus chain and the VR chain, it will go up to its parent and down to its child. So all VR names will be like Shasane dot VR dot Verus. But you will just see them as dot VR, because obviously that's the chain you're using them on, and even though the parent's different, your current chain you're on only respects.
So I guess what I was curious about, because I had purchased Verus ID a long time ago when they were first launched, and so if I had to go through that process and buy one again for VAR.
You can export your Verus ID to VR.
Okay.
How does the process work of exporting an ID from Verus to VR, Monkins?
Yeah, because the ID is a wallet address. So instead of using your Z address, or Z address, you make your ID and then you put your Z address in there. So someone just sends to monkins.private, then you receive your VR into a private address and no one knows. So you got privacy basically on the VR chain when they send to your address. But to export it, it's like sending coins across from chain to chain. You know, you just send one coin across, you send one ID across, and the ID now just is recognized. So if you had sent some money to an ID that hadn't been exported, it would sit there in no man's land until somebody sends, you export your ID in there, and then he'll just have all the funds in. It's like you've just got the private key. But,
yeah, that sounds easy enough.
Yeah. Because your private key that worked on the main chain will just be working on the other chain because it's the same format. Like an R address on Komodo can be used. Private key on that can be used on Verus but not obviously to swap funds, but just the same private key.
Okay, cool. So does anybody else out there have any questions? You can put them in the chat, raise your hand. We have had a killer meeting today.
Yeah, we are already over 2 hours today.
Yeah, we've been going. But is there anything else you or Munkins want to say before we close up?
Low fat milk with
No. I mean, I would probably say I would like to go and get some food.
Well, thanks a ton for coming. So if nobody else has any more questions, I think we might wrap up the meeting. There is one thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the call. It was one of the things on my list I didn't bring up, but Cordal has got some Q shops on their platform that are accepting Pirate Chain and selling some pretty cool goods. So now we have Armada, which is our merchant directory. We have Barter, which is our Pirate Chain form of eBay, where you can buy and sell your goods in peer-to-peer way. And now we also have Q shops over on Cordal. So Croetic and Loots, they know a lot about that. Maybe one of you can throw an invite into your Cordal Seth, you want to say? Okay, we'll let you in for. Go ahead and raise your hand, Seth.
Forge is in the development server on Cordal, so we're good, bro.
Okay, if you need to take off, Hossein, you can take off. I'm gonna let Cordal Seth say some things. All right, go ahead whenever you're ready, brother. Whenever you're ready, Seth. You're still muted.
We did some really good things here today, guys. I gotta tell you, before I go, we did some really good fucking things here today. You have no idea.
Yeah, this meeting has been really good.
Because I've been perplexed. That's the only word that comes to mind. I've been perplexed about this excitement over Verus, and I couldn't see it. Nobody was explaining it. So when you guys plan your marketing, please just cut me in because I want to make sure it's done right. I don't want anything. I want to make sure everything's okay and done correctly because I know how to do this shit.
Nice, Loots.
Okay, so can you bring Croetic up on stage too?
All right, raise your hand, Croetic. Oh, he's got it raised. Cax, can you let him in? Or is there a way for me to let him in?
So the reason I'm here is because
there, I got it.
Some time ago I attended a community meeting to talk about Cordal, and they had a whole bunch of questions about the internal workings of Cordal, and I promised to bring Croetic up to the next monthly meeting, and here we are.
Yeah, do you remember what the questions were, or does anyone have specific questions?
The greatest concern that I heard was about the nature of the trade portal, which ironically is related to what this meeting was about.
Okay.
Because part of what Varus was about was escaping DeFi and getting to R in it as decentralized and private a way as possible.
Right.
So maybe it's just me. Perhaps what we could do is a comparison between the Varus method and the trade portal method, which would involve something like converting your asset into Litecoin and then using the Quartal trade portal to go get court and then from court to R.
Right. So the main thing is that on the trade portal, you're not dealing with any liquidity pools or anything like that. It's a true cross-chain trade. The reason that Court has to be involved in it at this point is that Court is the one that has the technology to manage those cross-chain trades, which is our automated transactions, or ATs. They are what allow this to take place, and so the order book is actually on chain on Quartal and verified by every full node, every block. So the ATs that have coin in them that are awaiting trades are actually on chain, and ATs are a virtual CPU that can execute certain things when certain things take place, right? So with the cross-chain trades on Quartal, you're dealing with an actual on-chain order book and a real cross-chain trade where we actually have direct support for Pirate, and you're dealing with a local wallet only and another party wishing to trade their court for your Litecoin or R or whatever other supported coin that we have on the trade portal, right? So that's the main thing. And only thing that I have not verified so far is the differences between what Portal does on the trade portal and what Atomic Dex does. The only thing that I can think of that would be different would be how the order books are managed, and I have not looked into exactly how that's handled on Atomic Dex, but I know that for the most part, everything else as far as the cross-chain trading that takes place is very similar. I don't know how they're handling the locking on that, and I don't know how they're handling the order books, but on Quartal, everything is done on chain. So that's basically the way that people can look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, Atomic Dex, they are not on chain.
Right, and that's the only thing that I haven't been able to. Well, I haven't really looked into it, to be honest, but that's the thing I haven't verified as far as exactly how that is handled. Yeah.
You
It's
can
on it.
run.
It's on
Oh, go ahead,
chain.
Luke.
It's on another chain. So there's a technology that JL7 created, another gift, called Dex P2P. And if you look into it, Pirate has it too. It's just not activated. So you can imagine we could do some amazing shit in Pirate if it was activated. But this Dex, it decentralizes the order books. It's this tiny network just for that purpose, and it's extremely fast. And it's used for other things too. On Komodo, I've seen people
No, it's not Dex P2P. Dex P2P was different thing. I know you love Dex P2P, but it's a completely different thing. Atomic Dex orders P2P, so it's not on any chain. No chain has the order book. It's completely is on the like P2P layer.
Yeah, so that was the only thing that I didn't know how the verification of the order books took place, but everything else as far as how the actual trade is accomplished is very similar between Quartal's trade portal and Atomic Dex. So I just don't know how they handle their locking in all cases, nor how their order books are verified, because on Quartal it's just done with consensus, so it's a little more straightforward, I think.
But it's also done with consensus on Komodo, because basically they've just extended the consensus technology to have different types of transactions. So at the moment, you would have a transaction that just sends like X amount of dollars Komodo to wallet B. But what if you extended what type of transactions you can do with what's called crypto conditions. So let's have a transaction where you have to put in a receiver and you have to put in, what they want, and then you mine it as a partial transaction that goes onto the chain, and then to fulfill it, then they have to sign it and agree with it, and they're on chain. So it's all consensus. So it's just saying it happens by consensus. Everything happens by consensus in Pirate and Komodo. So the only thing which you're probably not doing is you're probably not sharing proofs across the blockchain. So that's important for when you need to audit things. So if you need to prove on another blockchain that money actually came from the other blockchain, and you just don't rely on some random chain that tells you, yeah, your money's come in and come out, but you can't actually prove it, you break consensus when you do that. So cross-chain proofs are the real key that we've got.
So it's similar then, because that's exactly what the ATs are. Like, they're verified every block, and they allow. So it's similar then. I just need to look into the order books specifically for atomic decks.
Hey, Monkins, is that Mike Tatangi?
Yeah, Mike in that. No, I'm not Mike, but Mike's. I work with Mike every day. He's the lead dev, and he enabled Pirates sapling, and gave you the, we got Z privacy, Z addresses, same as you. So it's cool to. There's always a brotherhood here.
After hearing the good news today about an off ramp for all people that got screwed into DeFi, and giving us a CPU mineable option, tell him I said thank you. I'll message him later.
No problem.
Yeah,
So-
awesome.
Loads,
Go
message
ahead,
him,
Seth.
but don't go wild.
I
So-
love anybody that supports the cause. I don't like things that throw us in circles. Like gambling games, like DeFi. Like, I like things that actually do things. That if Mike creates something, which he did, which makes Pirate better, which is privacy, which gives everybody privacy, that just makes the world better, right? So yeah, I could get on board with that.
Hey, it looks
So,
like
Mark,
Drew's got his hand raised. Oh, sorry, Seth. I was just gonna say Drew's got his hand raised again, Cax. But go ahead,
Okay.
Seth.
So, the questions that I was asked before relate to Quartal and its trade portal. Something that I want to clarify is that I don't think what makes Quartal really important to your community is the coin. I understand,
Right.
like a lot of people tend to just look at the coin, say it's not a privacy coin, and then just write it off. And while that is true, the real benefit of Quartal is we have a new internet, and the internet side is where there's a lot of privacy, and that's why I think Quartal and Pirate Chain work so well together.
Right. Yeah. QDN is the value that Quartal provides, right? The ability that comes along with QDN is what is valuable to Pirate for sure. Yeah.
And so that, like, what's revolutionary about this is, one, because it's on blockchain, you can verify that anything you're downloading is what the original person published. So none of this bullshit man in the middle attack, right? And everything is run on your machine. There are no servers. And so you're actually running the right code. You know that you're getting what was put there, and nobody can log what you've done because it's on your machine, right? Whoever controls the machine has tremendous power over the outcome. And that's why Web 2 is the way that it is. That's why they can just shut you down. It's run on their machine.
And that's one of the main issues with a lot of the decentralized stuff that's being built is the interface utilized to access those things is still on a domain and still on a server, right? And with Quartal, everything is on QDN. So all of it, the application data, all of it. So you don't have to worry about any centralized component at all.
And with Quartal apps, you can use any of our supported coins. It doesn't have to be Quart. So what you could do on Quartal is, because we don't use DNS, right? We don't use any of the centralized infrastructure other than IP addresses for now. But because we're not using that crap, and it's all run on your machine, and you can use R as a source of payment, you can now make a fully decentralized website that accepts R.
Or any application that you like to use R for any purpose. Yeah.
So,
All right, let's.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask Drew what his question was.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
What's up, Drew?
Hey guys, hey, I was just kind of thinking when I was listening to you guys about marketing, because many of us got to R researching privacy coins. You said like Monero. You guys have something like Xano or Xeno, whatever it is, the differences between R and all the functions and features versus all the others, or why that kind of a thing? Because I think that would help a lot of people. Because most people find you guys through going researching and other privacy coins and go, oh, what's this one?
I have open source myself. If you go onto my ship, I have my own fleet. Most of you know, where I just I put my research and everything I do throughout the day. You'll see me posting. Just come in anytime and jump in the voice chat, and I'm more than happy to teach you anything you want.
Yeah, and there's some graphics out there that show like the basic differences, and also there's several good videos out there. I can find one and send you it after the meeting or something. But yeah, we use two completely different, privacy technology. The Monero's basic concept is they mix your transaction up with a bunch of other transactions. Pirate Chain uses zero knowledge proofs. So it's not just mixed up with 18 other transactions. It's basically mixed up with every transaction in Pirate Chain's histories. So we have a higher anonymity set and just a far more. I'm not a Monero hater or anything. I'm a Monero fan too. I love Monero, but Pirate Chain does have a far more private mechanism to having shielded transactions.
It's the people that give Monero its privacy. If Monero loses the people, it's over, and the next best thing will be Pirate.
Yeah.
And CipherTrace has been attacking them for years now, taking people's money to investigate themselves. It's got. If you want to see a really cool zk-SNARKs, ring CT algorithm, look at PRCY coin. It's got 32 rings plus one ring, right? So my question is to the whole Monero, because I don't think there is any more Monero devs. Like maybe one. I met one. But the rest, they don't talk Monero anymore. It's not. Why aren't you upgrading to 32 rings? A little project, this tiny little project to do it, and you can't. There's something wrong, right? I think there's something wrong, and we need them. Don't think I don't want them. We need them, guys. Because if something goes wrong with Pirate, you're gonna want to jump off into Monero. We need redundancy in privacy, right? Just like a server room, when you go into your business and you have a server room and you have redundancy on your WANs and your SANs and your internet and your storage, right? Everything's got redundancy because if one goes down, the other one's got to stay up to keep people protected, right? So we need them both. So you guys should be yelling at them and saying, why is Monero not 32 rings yet? Right? That's the community's fault, right? Because everybody gets very tribalistic and then they go with the flow. And people like me don't stand up and say, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? Like I did today. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Right? You got to make me understand what the hell you're talking about, or else no one's going to understand what you're talking about. And so, anyway, you get the.
But yeah, I'll try to send you something that, especially if you send me a message and remind me, Drew, I will send you some info that makes it, pretty easy to understand. But hey, I think we need to wrap up the meeting now. I cut off Seth a few minutes ago. Is there anything you wanted to wrap up with, Seth, before I, close out the meeting? We didn't mean to cut you off earlier.
Yeah, that's fine. I went for some time and cut off Drew, so
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
spare. But what I do want to say to end is that if you're concerned about privacy, and I think we all are, I don't think it's enough to have privacy and decentralization in the coin. I encourage you guys to try to get it in your entire web experience, and that's what Quartal is built to do. Because on our platform, not only is censorship impossible, but tracking user activity is almost impossible. So, you post something on QChat, you post a message, it's gone 24 hours later. Nobody can tell. We have a Qmail, an email platform that is completely, encrypted, and you can guarantee that the code that's running is actually what it's supposed to be. Because that's a problem with other open source projects. If it's run on someone else's server, and they say it's encrypted, you don't know. It's not your machine. You're not watching it. But if it's on your machine, you know. And with more advanced stats like our QTube and QShare, we have file sharing and video sharing. So like someone could literally take everything on WikiLeaks, post it on QShare, and no one can take it down or know who did it.
Nice.
I think that's an insane revolution in terms of privacy and decentralization. So I really want to let the pirate chain community know about this and, work together with you guys because, a lot of the brightest people in Quartal came from pirate chain. We are all about that privacy. And so we want to get it not just in the coin, but in every aspect of the web experience that we can.
Right. And there's no data like there is on the internet that can be accessed from simply accessing something. So there's no way for anybody to take that non-existent data and utilize it to make money or to put advertisements or anything like that. Right. So it's just a completely different way of looking at how to do all of this and giving the user 100% control over all of it. So if you don't specifically say this data is being published here, it won't be.
I think
Yeah.
it might be best to give the community some time to explore this and think about it, and maybe we could do a presentation on how to advance the cause of privacy through Quartal. And
Why don't we
better
do
yet,
a joint why don't you guys do a Twitter space and we'll have a bunch of pirates come over on the Twitter. We've been getting loads of attention on Twitter spaces.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll see.
Yeah.
I've never really done one of those, but we can check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to do, and I've been surprised at how many pirates were on Twitter that aren't on Discord and other places. So yeah, let's do a Twitter space, or even I guess just a meeting, and we could all get our questions answered.
I just got back on it a week ago, guys. I'm having a blast breaking into people's meetings and start. I'm just
Yeah, there's
yelling.
lots of cool opportunities there. But yeah, we got to wrap up this meeting, guys. This
Yeah.
is being recorded, and we got to put it out for public, and nobody's going to listen to 2.5 hours. So, but this has been an incredible meeting. I'm happy we got this energy going, and Varus and Quartal 2, you guys are doing some really cool stuff. So these are projects that support Pirate Chain, they're pirates, and there's a lot of cool opportunities here. So if you have any questions, go join Varus Discord, go join Komodo Discord, go join Quartal Discord. We're building some cool stuff here and really taking privacy and decentralization to the next level. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this meeting. We're going to do this again in a month. I believe it's going to be on the first Monday of the month, but we're going to get a definitive date and do it on the same day every month and get it back on schedule like that. And we'll be doing these every month. We'll be doing the Twitter spaces every month. We have the community calls every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time here on Discord, where anybody can come in and talk about whatever they want. They're not recorded like this call is. So come hang out with us. Let's go spread the word about Pirate Chain. Unless anybody else has anything to say, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next month. Remember, your privacy is your freedom. Come over Pirate Chain and take it back. Have a good day, everybody.